He gets to set up armor, summons, summon his little interactable. Tremor, I think he's one of those characters that we learn we have to stay on, kind of like Quan Chi, where if you let him get distance, you're in trouble.
He's also very deadly up close.
That great meal. Oh no, what's he doing? Jumps into the corner. I am
bringing him out of the corner.
Ooh. Look at that corner carry, almost all the way across the street.
To the other corner.
Yep, and that's what I'm talking about. Guaranteed ground pound setups. He might be trying to teach Crosstalk to take it. And then he gets a free armor summon. He can throw a low projectile, throw an overhead projectile. I think one of the strategies...
James is very, very dominant.
Ooh, we got a button problem?
Uh-oh.
What, are they going to be gentlemen and go back and redo it? Oh, they're letting it rock.
All right.
I got to stop saying that.
Letting it rock?
Yeah.
But Tremor's on screen.
It's the wrong month to say it. It's gonna look like I'm trying to be cool, and I have never tried to be cool.
This is the time for all the rock puns.
Yep. They are playing fearless with their armor. One of the things I've seen IamBlackJames do the whole tournament that I like, that a lot of people aren't doing yet, is he'll do down 4 and buffer and run, and on hit he gets it, and on block he doesn't. So on hit, he gets guaranteed pressure, which with any character in the game is what you want. You want to use your plus frames off your down 4. They're crazy in this game. Pokes matter in MKX.
It's crazy how he seamlessly goes from close range pressure to full screen pressure.
Yep. Yeah, I think Lex really taught him the value of changing up your play style in a round, in a match, to keep people on their toes.
Like a light switch.
Yep. Wow, that rock is unstoppable. Once it leaves his hand, it's a lot like Devora. Once you see the bugs come out, they're coming back. We'll see if Steve adopts and starts adding armor into his combos to avoid it, but I mean, that would have killed him either way. Ooh, safe armor, safe armor.
Cassie gets first hit.
These guys
right
don't.
Into that corner carry.
These guys do not like having meters. They're throwing their armor around every chance they get.
Right now, James is stuck in the corner without breaker.
Look at that. See down 4 run, guaranteed. And he gets to run up. People are playing impatient. They're not used to instantly having a real string come at them after a connected forward 4. And Crosstalk is just playing impatient. He's getting hit by that like every time. Boom.
And he just wants to
doesn't block.
Yep.
He just refuses to block. Maybe he thinks it's comboing, but...
And then carriage right back to the other corner.
Now Tremor's going to run away. I think one of the agreed upon strategies against Cassie Cage, especially Hollywood Cassie Cage, is that you should try to zone her. Because she's got a great run, she's got advancing normals, but a projectile game, not the best. Especially startup.
She's only got that little slow pistol in Hollywood.
Yeah. But she's got the air guns, which I think the players are starting to realize they need to do, like Tiger Knee guns or instant air guns. Or even to just neutral jump over projectiles and then shoot the guns on the way back to win a trade. Get your plus frames, run in. Those air guns are pretty plus on hit. The ground guns, no. You don't win projectile wars with it.
And then EX has that shot right before she hits the ground again.
Yep. It's a huge deal. And it knocks down. Most of the time. No, actually don't quote me on that. I forget. Crosstalk's being really smart. Every time he knocks someone down in the corner, he does forward 4. And if they wake up with armor, he'll beat it. And if they don't, he's got time to recover and block their wake up or continue doing his 50-50 pressure. Because you don't get to use your wake up attack after delayed wake up.
Crosstalk is starting to learn that matchup though.
I think he's learning to not be as scared of certain things. But that down 4 run is really affecting this matchup. No down 2 from Tremor. I think the Tremor players are not impressed with his uppercut so far.
No, is it slow?
It's not. I mean, it's a classic NRS problem where in a vacuum it seems like a good tool, but in a match reacting with it and not having a trade happen is not as easy as we all want it to be. It's not a Dragon Punch. You don't get invincible frames. Luckily, you win damage trades with down 2s all day. Like, I'll take that. Especially playing Kenshi and Devora. Devora's down 2 is one of the more underrated ones. It's so good. If they're above you at all, it's going to hit them. It's not a poke. It's not injustice. But you once you know where it is as a Devora player, you rely on it. And you'll hit them. And 50% damage as an anti-air could be a lot worse.
I think that's what attracted me to Ferritor the most. It's just the ability to keep continually pressing his down 1 in Lackey variation. I never had to deviate from that.
I love Tremor's sound effects. It honestly sounds like that earth shaking when he does it. Down 4 run.
All the screen vibrates a little bit too.
Yep. Guaranteed 50. Oh, wow. Crosstalk is just not getting acquainted with his R2 button. He won't block as often as he needs to. I don't know if he doesn't understand how plus pokes are in the game or if it's just Tremor's down 4, but it's the one thing he really hasn't adapted to yet, and it's absolutely affecting it. There we go. Presses a button. It's not your turn. Steve, I'm so sorry. I wish there was coaching. Ooh, Cassie's backdash does not give her the distance. I think it's one of the things I constantly find myself wishing for is we have invincible backdashes. They're a great tool. But we don't have any distance because in Injustice, a lot of characters, I mean, I don't want to throw shade on the Joker players, but a lot of characters had really good backdashes as far as distance is concerned, and they got you out of pressure. Especially with range on normals and Injustice being a little less than a lot of other games. You had a long backdash and short pokes. So when you backdashed, you were out of there.
You were out of poke range.
So chasing them became a big part of the meta game. In this one, it's not exactly the same thing.
No.
If they just do an advancing string and you backdash for the invincible frames, great. But you better hope their string's slow enough that you get to block again.
There's also quite a bit of recovery on backdash in this game.
Yeah. I don't know if it was an intentional design choice or just kind of the way it worked out, you know, aesthetically with the backdashes being a little shorter, but they are not a get out of jail free card. Black Adam is not in this game. Excellent read on the anti-air. Air to air.
I see James activating that Crystal Awesome, but he's not using it. It doesn't give him a passive buff or anything.
Yeah. I think he knows he's in Steve's head a bit. He wants to make this reset happen, and he's smelling blood in the water. He's going to go for it. Even though Cassie is not necessarily the character that you want to run at, I think he knows he's got a bit of a mental advantage right now, and he's just going to...
Ah, that rock. That rock.
If that ends up being Tremor's go-to anti-air, that's going to be quite the thing.
It's not a bad anti-air.
It's not. If he's got distance and he knows, especially if he reads the jump, because we'll see if it works out this way. The 2 times he's done it, it's killed Crosstalk. But if he gets to take that jump in trade and then combo after his rock, that is, I mean, you'll take that all day. That's going to be a whole different thing.
We have James resetting the bracket now.
Yeah. If there's one thing you can do as a potential zoning character to set up your zoning game, it's anti-air consistently and really make them scared to jump, because then you know they're coming on the ground. You're going to throw your projectiles at them. And Tremor has a couple advancing normals. His forward 1 that we keep seeing there. Well, maybe it's forward 2. He's got advancing normals. And his forward 1 7 frames. It's nothing to sneeze at. If you want to run at him, a 7-frame advancing normal is one of the better discouragement options.
And we got Crosstalk trying to play a little bit of the zoning game here.
Ooh, good read on the jump. Okay, that's going to end the round. I think one of the fun things about this grand finals is the rounds are getting longer and closer as far as life goes. So we see both people getting used to each other. There's a little bit of adaptation on both sides. Although Steve will not block after the down 4.
Get back into that corner carry.
Ooh, fails to punish the wake up, but hits his mix up.
Crosstalk does not have breaker.
Oh, ballsy wake up. Good trade for Cassie.
And X-ray for the round win.
X-rays for the win. If you know your down 4 is going to hit as Tremor, then you just X-ray. It's a low. It's got better spacing. It's got armor. It's one of the better round closing X-rays in the game. I haven't seen a lot of people combo into it yet, but I think a lot of. I mean, it's 4 days later. That's the kind of stuff we're not going to see, but. I mean, oh, yes. I am so excited. Goes A-list? Excellent. He's decided.
He's done with Castle.
Forget the young blood. Forget the new people. He's an old school MK player. He's going to go with an old school MK character. Johnny Cage A-list. I think a lot of people at the beginning of the game are like, Johnny Cage is nothing. He has a lot of hitbox issues, which is going to matter in the lifespan of Johnny Cage in this game. But those cancels are something you have to know to deal with. Insider tip, one of IamBlackJames' training partners, Chatterbox, who I've never heard of, but he plays A-list Johnny Cage and has been playing him almost since the game came out. That's me. I started with Fisticuffs, and then DJT proved me right, which was nice. But A-list, he's not definitely the future of the character. I think he's going to end up with 2 or 3 viable variations.
Did we just have fireball trades? Is that the thing now?
Yeah, we got trades all day.
Yeah, but there wasn't damaging trades. They were colliding in air.
Nope. Tremor's Rock Punch, I don't know if it's all variations, but in this one, he will hit a projectile and absorb it and not take the chip damage.
So now we have 2 characters that can absorb projectiles.
Yep. Yeah, we got Sub-Zero's Ice Ball as well. We got Ferritor, 2 out of 3 variations. I'm curious if it's all Tremor variations. Ooh. Good conversion off that.
Ferritor, all 3 variations can absorb fireballs.
His charge and Lackey.
6 frames.
I think Johnny Cage's Fireball is better in this game than we originally thought. It does a little more damage than your average Fireball. Very smart of Crosstalk. That combo, that EX Nut Punch trade, I don't think he realized it did. But, all right. So he may have found a way out of that Tremor setup.
Maybe.
I'm paying attention.
He's giving some.
I refuse to give up on Johnny. Here comes the cancel push. Oh, it just goes right down here. Here we go. Excellent. Comboing off your forward 3 is every Johnny Cage player's wet dream.
Crosstalk is finally getting an idea of Tremor's play.
And I think one of the things that Johnny has that Cassie players aren't exactly used to is hit confirms. A-list Johnny can hit confirm all day. If he knows he hits, he can run in. If he knows he didn't hit, he can go in for more pressure. He can back off. He can block. There's the plus frames on the EX Fireball. IamBlackJames knows to block, still gets hit with a mix-up. Johnny Cage doing his best Ryu impression, just throwing fireballs.
Johnny's back in pressure.
Here we go. Does he convert? Yep. There we go.
Round. So
okay.
We're 1-1.
So this is a pretty large amount of character variety in grand finals. This is the 3rd character we've seen. We know IamBlackJames played Shinnok already in the tournament.
Cassie, Johnny, Tremor.
I like that he's playing Cage characters. I wonder if he loses if he's going to go to Sonic.
The whole Cage family.
I think
having a hard time dealing with those fireballs.
I think Tremor just doesn't have the starter frames to deal with it. So if Crosstalk is willing to just machine gun those out, people call it lame, but it's DLC, people. We've got to fight the good fight. There we go. Conversion.
Right back
He's
in
going
the
for chip.
reset.
Oh, wow. Throws him towards the corner. Very smart. That's a veteran move. He knows where the corner is. He knows that throw breaking in this game is almost unheard of. And James is getting impatient. There we go. At least he's going to trade. So it appears Johnny Cage is winning the damage trade. So that is not a viable strategy for Tremor. Here we go. He's being patient. He's working his way in. He's not taking as much chip. Crosstalk is fearless with those fireballs. He's not going to stop throwing them until they're real close to each other.
Right into EX Nut Punch and Nut Punch reset.
Wow.
Crosstalk takes the round.
He saw, I think Trimmer had a breaker there, and he realized he's just, I don't have to deal with your breaker, I have throws. Every Johnny Cage player knows you gotta throw people. Your mix-up as Johnny Cage a lot of the time is, especially in A-list, am I gonna push another button? Yes. Is that gonna be block? Is that gonna be throw? Or is that gonna be forward throw? That's the mix-up. And you know, it stinks. It kind of stinks living with 12% damage off your mix-up, but you get a knockdown. Not a bad situation for Johnny. If he wants to be gutsy, especially against Tremor, he can just armor nut punch right through wake-ups.
Well, now James has switched to Shinnok. So.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
That's our 4th character in Grand Finals. I like it. He's betting his tournament life on his main. I think that's smart. He knows Cage vs. Shinnok. He's been playing it for 3 months now.
It's probably a smart change.
Yeah. His character's been buffed more than once.
Crosstalk is winning the Tremor matchup.
Oh, bad jump in the corner for IamBlackJames.
Stuck in the corner again without breaker.
Here's the Johnny mix-up. See, look at that chip damage. It's not nothing. And I think it's very smart of Crosstalk to put the fear in his head early that you can't just block all day. I will attempt to chip you out. It's not an unheard of strategy for a Johnny Cage player to try to chip someone out, especially in the corner. That was matchup knowledge. Granted, he didn't do it twice in a row, but that he knew that kick was coming from more than sweep distance away, and just a random uppercut mid-screen. That's either matchup knowledge or a mental disorder.
Accidental button push.
Yeah, and I think IamBlackJames has both, but I'm going to call that matchup knowledge. That forward 2 in Necromancer is not to be underrated. It's a great whiff punisher. Did he just uppercut too early?
Yes.
That's heartbreaking.
Now he's trapped in the corner again. Escapes to the shoulder charge.
Okay. He's going for it. His tournament life's on the line right here. Good meterless damage. Where's his mix-up? Do an overhead. Oh, don't die. All right, armor.
And that's the end of it.
Smart armor by Crosstalk. He said, I'll take a trade. I don't care. I just need to touch you. And, yeah.